the madness. There's a right way and a wrong way to connect with people on social media. So today, we are going to discuss the do's and don'ts of connecting with people organically.
I woke up one morning and everyone in Hollywood had lost their common sense. So I am here to put common sense back into Hollywood. One vlog at a time. I'm Lydia Nicole, your common sense mamita.
Do introduce yourself, but do not impose yourself on others during their social media time. They hate it, and so do I. Most celebrities and industry people recoil when you're too forceful in your approach. And those who don't, you should be very afraid of. Which reminds me about this story I heard about Muhammad Ali. Someone asked him one time, what will you do if someone came off the street and just hit you? And he said, I'd run because I would know that they were crazy. Don't be desperate, but do be gracious. Don't make it all about you. Be engaging. Woo them. Ask them questions about themselves, even if you already know the answer. And whatever you do, do not tell them they are your last hope, and if they don't open the door for you and you can't get in the business, you're going to die. Because that is so not appropriate. And it's not attractive either. There is an art to getting to know someone. So, let me give you the 5 basic tips to getting started. Number 1, find out 5 pieces of information on your new connection, such as where are they from? How did they get started? What do they like? What are their dislikes? And who do they admire? See if you can find a written interview on them or something on YouTube about them to help you get your questions off to a better start. Tip number 2, pay them a compliment about something that you learned about them. Throw them the ball and wait for them to throw it back. If they don't, then let it go. And then 2 weeks later, pay them another compliment and see how they respond. Number 3, build a relationship where you are the fan and they look forward to hearing from you. Tip number 4, after engaging with them for a few months, then you can ask permission to engage with them privately. Tip number 5, always remember to request permission to pitch something. Always, no matter what, ask, would it be possible if I could pitch you this story, or if I could send you my video? Don't just throw it at them. It's so rude. Word to the wise. These tips are for business purposes only. They're not for you to go ahead and try to solicit a date from the person or get them to loan you money or ask if you could go live with them. This is a huge disclaimer. None of this information is to be used if you are delusional, cracked in the head, or if you think you heard God tell you to contact them, a voice in your head told you to contact them, or your dog told you to contact them. That wasn't God. Please seek psychiatric attention immediately.
If you have a good story about someone lacking common sense, or you just want to out yourself, share your story with me on Twitter, Facebook, or email. And if it's good enough and I use it, I will send you a Common Sense Mamita t-shirt in your size.
I am always so appalled by people who break into my social media timeline asking me for favors, for recommendations, for reviews, to connect them to other people that are on my Facebook or my LinkedIn or my tweet, especially when I don't even know these people. Who are you? And how rude of you to ask me for these things when I don't even know you. Before you go off asking people to give you things, get to know them. Just because they welcomed you as a Facebook friend does not mean you are their friend. Know the difference between cyber sleuthing and cyber stalking. Sleuthing is when you do research on your intended person. Stalking is when you friend their friends, when you know more about what they're doing than they do, and when you're being considered as a possible restraining order candidate. If you reach out to me and tell me you got a book, a script, or some kind of presentation that you want me to look at, guess what? I'm going to recoil from you. Now, if you contact me and you say, hey, I really like your work, when are you going to have something else coming out? Guess what? Now you've engaged me.